getting here.
Yeah, what is that?
Ooh.
Here I am. Let's just see.
Oh, hi. We're here at George's house.
We're just going through his fridge.
Ooh, this looks very healthy.
George is so healthy. It looks kind of garlicky.
I don't think it's very garlicky.
He's all like, I don't want to let people in my house because they're going to snoop and look into my things.
Yeah,
but we're not going to do that. We're just going to play music and I'm going to leave this be. I don't want to have garlic breath while we sing our next 4 songs.
These must be the gluten-free butter tarts he keeps making note of.
Oh, yeah. I heard about. Oh, yeah. Should we have a bite and just leave it half eaten in there?
Yeah, probably. Let's just.
Ooh. Can I have a bite? Oh, yeah. George, thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, George, you're great. Just like college. There you go.
Put it right on top.
George, you can auction that.
Thanks for having us to your house. Let's go play some music.
Oh, hello everybody. How are you tonight? And welcome to the Strombo Home Sessions. Where we are right now is not a sound stage. This is not a set. This is my home. And I've loved sharing music with you for so many years. I thought, what could be cooler than sharing it from the place where I listened to most of it the very first time. And tonight, how lucky are we to have Tegan and Sara here, the first guests in the Home Sessions. Now, Tegan and Sara have known each other their entire lives, but been making records together for 18 years. Originally from Calgary, living in a couple of different cities now, 7 albums under their best. But here's the thing, it's not just that they make really cool records, it's that they change, it's that they grow. They made an awesome pop album, kind that you want to sing along to. It's brave to take that run. They've had impact in big movies and get name checked in Ellen Page's Coming Out letter. There's a lot to celebrate with these fine artists. First and foremost are the songs. So we'll talk to Tegan and Sara in the kitchen in just a bit, and they're going to play for us as well. Please welcome Tegan and Sara.
So audio speeding, cameras are speeding. You guys good?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Standing where I am now, standing up at all. I was used to feeling like I was never gonna see myself at the finish line, hanging on to parts of me, hanging on it all. I was used to seeing no future in my sight line. Sometimes it feels like they wanna remind me, send all those feelings after me. I'm not your hero, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't brave. I never walked the party line, doesn't mean that I was never afraid. I'm not your hero, but that doesn't mean we're not wanting to say. Like I am now, lighting up the hall. I was used to standing in the shadow of a damaged heart, learning all I know now, losing all I did. I never used to feel like I'd be standing so far ahead. Sometimes it feels what I recovered you lost, sending your peaceful arms to me. I'm not your hero, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't brave. I never walked the party line, doesn't mean that I was never afraid. I'm not your hero, but that doesn't mean we're not wanting the same. Sometimes it feels like the side that I'm on plays the toughest hand, holds the longest stand. Sometimes it feels like I'm all that they've got. It's so hard to know I'm not what they want. Sometimes it feels like the side that I'm on plays the toughest hand,
was great.
Thank you.
Thank you. That sounds pretty nice in here.
It does sound great.
Tegan and Sara, so we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back. We'll move over here, have a little bit of a conversation, and then they'll come back and play some more. We'll see you in a sec.
Hey, hold on, John. Still this one. That's better. Do you have something? We have a spare. Yeah, we have a spare one.
All right, welcome back to the program. Coming to you from my house, the Stroumboulopoulos Home Sessions, which is the most awkwardly titled name for a show. Just couldn't think of something that was already taken. Tegan and Sara here. Thanks for playing here. This is really fun.
Thanks. Thank you. It's fun to see your house. Thanks for letting us come in.
I'm glad you guys are here. When you were obviously growing up, most of us just start playing music in our house to begin with. Do you get to play a lot of home gigs now?
No. Actually, weirdly, sometimes I feel embarrassed. I started dating this girl about 3 years ago, and I don't think I've ever played music in our apartment in front of her. And I was thinking about this the other day, that, you know, probably her experience of dating a musician. Like, I don't think of myself as being not a musician, but then it did occur to me, like, 3 years now of, like, living with someone, and I've never just picked up my guitar and started strumming in front of her. And so maybe my apartment is just too small, that I don't want to do that anymore, or that I don't feel that instinct to do it anymore. But I've always been sort of a loner when it comes to writing music and playing music. So.
Well, the percentage of the music that you guys write together, much was written about in the early days that you would never write it together.
Yeah.
Has that stayed the same, or has that changed?
We definitely experiment more with writing. Like on Heartthrob, our last record, on almost every one of my songs, I left parts of the song for Sara to finish. A lot of the feedback we'd been given when we were meeting with producers was that we were really great songwriters, but some of the, you know, maybe shortcomings of our writing had to do with not having a good, strong bridge, which actually they would call it the middle eight, and I had to Google it after the first meeting. I was like, middle eight? Oh, a bridge.
Well, it's kind of a brand new thing, the collaboration.
Sure,
in
yeah.
that respect.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's, you know, as Tegan is saying, like, you know, we're sort of figuring out how do we sort of maintain what has always worked for us, which has been sort of this really isolated and independent writing style. How do we fully, you know, collaborate without ruining the balance? Like, there is something that works for me in sitting by myself for days, weeks, whatever it is, and writing. But to include Tegan in that process, sometimes earlier, I think has yielded really different results. And as we're seeing right now, certainly more success. You know, like we really seem to be connecting with a broader audience. But we never talked in the studio about singles or success or fame or sales or fame or any of these things.
Not even amongst you two?
No, we talked about reaching a bigger audience, diversifying our catalog, like diversifying mainstream radio,
surprising people. I wanted
accomplishing
it to be
something
exciting.
in the mainstream and pop radio that wasn't like had never been done by us before. But also we looked at what was happening in the pop mainstream, and there was just nothing like us there. There's no one representing us, and I wanted
who's us?
Well, like we're alternative. We write our own music. We play our own instruments. We're gay. We're, you know, like out, you know, about all of our politics and our beliefs. And I just looked at the mainstream and thought some of it was really neat and cool, but a lot of it was really just the same old, same old. And I thought about when we were teenagers and how we really didn't have a ton of people to look up to. There was really no one that really spoke for us. And more our music is starting to, for me, be a vehicle to reach those people, to like make kids feel good about themselves and know that, you know, they have something that is similar to them to look up to.
I just wanted to make so much money.
So Sara wanted to make money,
Let's make it safe for gay people, and you're like, I want cash.
It's like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I just wanted to make cool pop music again. I really did.
Well, listen, it's not insignificant that when Ellen Page had her coming out statement, you guys got name checked. That's not insignificant.
Yeah.
Did you know that was coming?
No, I think that there are a lot of, we interact with a lot of artists of different types, like, you know, actors, musicians, you know, even people that we're friends with that work in regular jobs, like not weird entertainment, everyone's looking at you jobs. We know lots of people who are struggling with how to come out, do I come out, what's mine, what's private, what's public, and so, I mean, we're quite aware of a lot of these people's struggles and have certainly been there to listen to and sort of nurture this idea that you can come out and it's okay. And, you know, with Ellen, like, I think that what she did was incredibly brave, but I also think that what it was, like, I mean, it'll make her a happier person, which is really great, but what it did was it told a whole generation of young people that, like, you know, it's okay to be out and it's okay to still play. I mean, I think she's beautiful and she's played all these amazing roles, and like, it didn't change, I don't think, her value in this sort of industry. So I think it was a really good cultural moment for sure. And I love that she name checked us. I was like, that's awesome, you know?
And you know, I've been thinking a lot about this because when we first started playing music, it just happened to
be at the exact same time. We were like 18, 19 years old. We were coming out, and so there was no. To me, I couldn't delineate between like, well, we'll come out to all of our friends and family, and geez, we're starting this new job. I'm not going to come out to them. It just was happening all at the same time. There was really no like instinct to like protect ourselves. We were so excited to be able to tell people that we were gay. I didn't realize we would be talking about it 14 years later, but I will say that there was a huge part of our career where we were saying it doesn't matter, it's not a big deal. And there is kind of like a nice thing that's happening right now where we are talking about it because it's not just about us now.
That's it.
Now it's about how is it impacting, what can we do further, how can we still be helping other countries. We were just in Eastern Europe. There are tons of countries there right now that to have us over and being able to speak with these kids and with these communities that are rallying and trying to make themselves visible in a city or a country that doesn't even recognize them at all. This is important to us. Now we feel like, okay, there's a reason to talk about it that's beyond like, so you're gay, what kind of girls do you like? It doesn't have to be about that, Although I don't mind talking about it. Yeah, if you want to talk about it.
Whatever. How do you guys, and I don't know that you can actually ensure this, so this is a leading question, but how do you ensure that as you evolve and grow as people, that you can stay in the same space with each other?
Well, that is, have you ever thought about being a therapist? A psychologist?
No,
yeah.
but I care deeply about being a friend. But that's an important part of this.
Well, musically, it's a big thing. I mean, that's kind of how we ended up where we are right now, because I have to be honest, like, I'm really proud of our last record, but I struggled a lot with, okay, Tegan really seems to be going in this direction, and I seem to be going in this direction, and so we naturally are ending up sort of in this weird middle ground where I don't know that we're naturally doing what is most interesting to both of us. So I think that, okay, now as a band, we're thinking, okay, how do we get back to a place where Tegan's doing what I like and I'm doing what she likes? And somehow we did. We ended up making a pop record that I think is quirky and cool, but also straightforward enough to please both of our, aesthetics. But it is
Personally, it's easier. I don't know.
Yeah, personally, it's easier because I think, and this is because of our age, probably. Thankfully, we are the same age, so we're sort of in the same territory of what interests us, and I think that we've increasingly become interested in balance. So we are at an age, as cliche as it is, and as much as we try to steer away from talking about it when we got to 30, the reality is we are interested in families and home and friends and family. You start to lose people at this age. People start to get sick, and
your friends have babies and
people
they
have
disappear.
babies, and you just realize you're missing a lot. And if we were not on tour or making records, we'd be missing that too. So it's just we're both struggling in a good way. It's a good fight, but we're really struggling within our world, within our, management team, within our career, just to try to figure out how do we balance both those things. Because we are at a point where we're not having incredible, love affairs and breakups and sadness. We're not writing about that kind of stuff anymore. We are starting to think about love and long-term love and babies and children and family. And so I feel excited to write music in my 30s because I do feel like I know more, and I don't have to have explosive, crazy, sad breakups anymore because I know what that feels like. Right. So this starts to be more interesting because it's like a whole new world to write about, so.
That's so great. Thanks for the time. Do you want to play first?
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, Tegan and Sara,
we just talk now.
We're going to walk over 10 feet to the carpet and they'll play for us. See you in a sec. Thank you. Oh, that was great.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, you're back here on the program. We're hanging out with Tegan and Sara. It's a home session, and there's more music to come. You guys ready?
We're ready.
Let's tune that up. Here's more Tegan and Sara.
City's walls. Do you remember me as the vow? How I prayed for your calls. I stood still, it's what I did. Love like ours is never fixed. Well, I stuck around, decided I saved you every time. I was a fool for love. I was a fool. might last. Then you disappeared for weeks to pout. How many times could I pass? But stand still is all I get. Love like ours is never fixed. Well, I stuck around. Yes, I did believe. I say to every time I was a fool for love. I was a fool for love. I was a fool. Yes, I was a fool. If you're worried that I might have changed and left behind all of my foolish ways, you best be looking for somebody else without a foolish heart, a foolish heart. But stand still is always dead. Love like ours is never fixed. Well, I stuck around. Yes, I did believe. I say to every time I was a fool for love. I was a love for love. I was a fool. I was a fool for love. Yes, I was a fool. I was a fool for love. Yes, I was a fool. I was a fool for love. I was a fool. I was a fool for love.
Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All I wanna get is a little bit closer. Oh, all I wanna know is, can you come a little closer? Here comes a breath before we get a little bit closer. Here comes a rush before we touch. Come a little closer. The doors are open, the wind is really blowing. The night sky is changing overhead. It's not just our physical. On the time it won't get oh so pretty, girl. So closer. All I wanna know is, can you come a little closer?
So, audio's speeding, cameras are speeding. You guys good?
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2.
I can't say that I'm sorry, getting so ahead of myself. I can't say that I'm sorry, loving you and hating myself. I had nothing to show you, I had nothing to hold you down. It's killing me to walk away. How come you don't want me now? Why don't you wanna wait this out? How come you always lead me on, never take my call, hear me out? Why don't you wanna win me now? Why don't you wanna show me off? Tell me why you couldn't try and keep me. I see you by my house, walking with a different girl. I see you by my house, or you're talking with a different girl. She's got nothing to show you, she's got nothing to hold you down. It's killing me to walk away. How come you don't want me now? Why don't you wanna wait this out? How come you always lead me on, never take my call, hear me out? Why don't you wanna win me now? Why don't you wanna show me off? Tell me why you couldn't try and keep me one day soon. I won't be the one who waits on you. I won't be the someday soon. No, I won't be the one who waits on you. How come you don't want me now? How come you always lead me on, never take my call, hear me out? Why don't you wanna win me now? Tell me why you couldn't try and keep me. How come you don't want me now? Why don't you wanna wait this out? How come you always lead me on, never take my call, hear me out? Why don't you wanna win me now? Why don't you wanna show me off? Tell me why you couldn't try and keep me. How come you don't want me now? Why don't you wanna wait this keep me here? How come you always lead me on, never take my call, try and keep me here? Why don't you wanna win me now? Why don't you wanna show me here? Tell me why you couldn't try and keep me.
All right, that's it. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight as we come to you from our home, the first of the Stroumboulopoulos Home Sessions with Tegan and Sara. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you for having us.
It's the inaugural edition, and it's yours now.
Yeah, as is this house. We actually just signed the papers, so you can leave now. We bought it.
This is terrible.
It's ours. See you, George.
You screwed me. All right, we'll see you next time. Tomorrow night, City and Color are here. And if you want to see more from Tegan and Sara's Stroumboulopoulos Home Sessions, go to Stroumbo.com.